welcome back to Slurpathon. We're here just raising money for Extra Life, so raising funds for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. I've got the Thedevman2DX here, and he's going to be streaming Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And I'm just going to say that all of these Rangers are super swole, and I have great questions about this. But let's take it away then.
Oh, hi everyone. My name's the Devman. You can call me Devman, Dev. I don't play 2DX. It's just the name that I chose because I used to be into the big music games a long time ago. But I'm running the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on Super Nintendo. When I started getting interested in speedrunning, I decided, this would be a game that I really enjoyed. And timer's going to be starting in 3, 2, 1. So the first stage is pretty easy. You're fighting a lot of gray putties, which will die in one hit or one throw. They can be thrown into each other, which is a lot of fun. But the game does have a bit of a combo system, which is very helpful for taking down groups of enemies. And that's the easiest way, is trying to get them all together. And then you can combo them down a little bit. Again, this is going to be my first time actually speedrunning in a marathon. I do it on my Twitch channel, but if you have any questions, I know we were having a little fun in setup about some observations of the practice. And, I kind of just want to maybe answer questions people have. I don't really know much about the game other than I was about 7 years old when I first played it at of all places, a Boy Scout sleepover at Skydome in Toronto. And they had Super Nintendo had this little booth set up, and in there was this cute little Power Ranger game, and I fell in love with the game. And a few years ago I was watching a few speedrun marathons, and I thought, this would be a fun one to actually try. And I got my Super Nintendo back, I dug it out of my parents' place, and we jumped right into it. So the first few enemies we're coming in contact with when we're morphed into Super Rangers will take a couple of hits. We're mostly going to be running the Pink Ranger through this speed run. She's got the best range. She's got a bow, so she doesn't have to. She can pick off enemies from a distance, which is nice, especially these gray one-hit putties. She's got a lot of range with the bow too. And outside of that, she's generally one of the best rangers in the game.
We had a question in chat.
Sure.
Do each of the Power Rangers have different sets then? Or just moves?
Well, when they're not in their standard Ranger set, they will have certain attack mechanics. Like Billy is he's a bit of a weaker guy, but his when he's transformed and he's morphed into his Power Ranger, he tends to have some of the longest attack times between his runs. Oh my gosh. Can you please stop using the bow? Now's not the time to use the bow. Yeah, so each character has their different weapon set. Missed that too. I'm on a roll right now. So each character has their own different weapons. Red Ranger has his sword. Pink Ranger has the bow and arrow. Daggers go to the Yellow Ranger. I call it a bow staff, but Billy has a bow staff and Zach has an axe. So if you've never seen the show, there's kind of a bit of a breakdown for the weapons they use. And each of them, they have a little bit of a difference to them, but most you just kind of combo the exact same way. You just keep mashing the same button, and then you start killing putties, I guess. Eliminating them, sorry. So we get to the first boss here. And this is where the biggest thing about RNG comes into this speedrun, is the enemies will always pop out of the same places at the same time. They'll be the same enemy type. Their movement's a little RNG, but the bosses are going to be the biggest piece of RNG in this entire game, especially when we get to stage 6 and 7, when we're not even playing Power Rangers, we're in the Megazord. So as you can tell, the Pink Ranger is pretty swole. She is the best ranger, in my opinion, in the game, just due to her range. But outside of that, Zack is going to be useful in our 4th level, and that is aptly named the Shin Kick level. You'll see why when we get there. But that's the first level down. We switch. Second stage, we're going to be using the Yellow Ranger, Trini. This is the only time we're going to see her in the run. And this is my least favorite stage because there are these green putties which are introduced. They were introduced a little bit last time, but they're more of a pain in the butt this time through because they jump around the screen a lot. It's absolute mayhem trying to deal with these guys. So they'll come in, except when the game is helping me kill them. That's awesome. So these guys here, these darker green ones, they'll occasionally jump back out of your attack range, and I absolutely can't stand them. They jump in from off the screen too, which is a pest. Again, ideally we want to go and stack the enemies together. And you're going to notice, like, I'll probably be under my breath getting very upset at the green putties and when I get comboed like that.
You're going to be doing great.
Yeah,
I do have a donation from Masal1, and the message is not for Ahmad's green screen. I'm not too sure what that means.
Oh, well.
I would say green screen's not good.
Well, there is no Green Ranger in this game, unfortunately. This game came out in the storyline before the Green Ranger was introduced. And everyone you talk to about Power Rangers now, my favorite's the Green Ranger. I was more apt to a Red Ranger fan myself. So, this, I'm getting pretty lucky with these greens so far, and I probably just shot myself in the foot for saying that. But, so far, things in the first stage have been really well. So, see how they kind of jump in? Absolute worst part of the green putties is just, they are so hard to manage some days. Like, I'll do runs and I'll have, like, clean green putties, and then I absolutely can't handle them the next day. Sometimes they like to fall out of your weapon attacks, too, and just bounce. It's not good.
I have some questions about the body composition when they actually turn into Power Rangers.
Sure.
Because they're really skinny as their regular models, and then suddenly just swole.
They go full swole.
It's scary.
Well, they really do get a lot of crunches in. They do a lot of sit-ups as well. So, you know, if you ever want to be buff like a Power Ranger, your squats are going to be your key things to do. Maybe eat healthy, stay in school, morph. But start out like bone skin like I am. No, as you probably noticed, yeah, the Rangers' physiques, they are very similar because each character is just a reskin of the next one. So they're always going to be buff, male or female. They're always going to have the same body type. They're just, as he said, they're swole as all. So, coming up, we're going to try to get a sequence break. Unfortunately, the last few times I've been playing, I haven't been able to actually get the sequence break. But, oh, and we're not, because I mistimed it. So, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to fall down here. And you're supposed to launch your bomb off, and it'll move the screen over. Because whenever you fire the bomb at certain areas, it will center it on the screen. And we wouldn't have to deal with blowing up these barrels here. So, missed that. We move on to the next thing, but we're going to need to replace our bomb, because for the gnarly gnome fight coming up, we're going to absolutely need it. And not to be hit by those guys either.
And while we're enjoying the School Ranger here, I'm just going to plug in that we do still have an incentive that is coming up. It's currently at $75.80. This is for the Legend of Zelda incentive, where you can, once we do hit that goal, they'll be playing as Marin/Link's Awakening sprite. I kind of want to see that, so please donate.
Definitely, that sounds like a great run. I'm looking forward to it. So for us to get to advance the screen, we got to clear all the enemies off the screen, even including this little robot at the top, which is now out of my range. I've never had this much trouble with this little robot before. I can't believe it. That's never happened before. Has anyone ever said that? I don't think so. So, the game at this point becomes a little bit of a platformer. You're trying to manage just getting across the platforms, getting through the rest of the foundry. There's a few wall jumps that you can try to get here. Like if you don't want to take the rest of the elevator up, you jump off the wall, which is going to be utilized a lot in level 3 coming up.
I also totally forgot to mention that we actually have someone else on commentary as well. You have Thumb Rummer, so they've been a little quiet, but it's totally fine.
Hi everybody, I'm here lurking in the background.
Yeah, exactly. But totally, we're just here to chill and hang out, play video games, and donate to charity to save the kids.
So Gnarly Gnome is... Sorry, Gnarly Gnome is one of the most RNG bosses in this entire game because he just randomly appears. He has a wide variety of attacks. By shooting orbs out of his rake, he'll try to hit you with the rake. He'll use an accordion to try to damage you from the side, and he's being really rude to me right now. So he just randomly teleports, and then he's eventually going to go into his second phase, which is going to be even faster randomly teleporting.
Was this crazy design in the original show?
Well, a lot of the enemies, the boss characters, they are all characters from the original show. So the original season you might recognize. I think if I remember it correctly, this guy would play the accordion and it would actually mind control the kids. So,
He looks like a crazy farmer.
Apparently he's also had an accordion somewhere too.
Yeah, he didn't get to see the accordion too much.
He's like an ogre farmer musician.
He's Shrek. Shrek in overalls. Alright, so Area 3, we're in the sewers. This one, there's a little bit of... I wouldn't necessarily call it auto-scrolling, but there is parts of this level that you do have to wait for some things to come around. Usually it's going to be coming up after we've morphed into the Pink Power Ranger, the Swole Pink Power Ranger again. Can we just, you know what, forget Power. Can we just call them the Swole Rangers from now on? Mighty Morphin Swole Rangers? I think that would be a little more suited for the way they design the characters.
Her waist is basically a third of that of any other regular person.
Oh my goodness, it's so small.
It's
What are
calisthenics.
they putting in the water?
I don't know, but the water is purple. So the city of Angel Grove, I wouldn't trust their drinking water. So yeah, if you ever want to make comparisons and you want to be a Power Ranger, I mean, this is the way to do it. Like, you just hang around in sewers. No Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles down here though, so I don't know if I'd really want to hang out here. But
That's pretty unfortunate.
yeah.
They have great gym classes though.
It's purple from Ivan Ooze. That's true. I forgot about Ivan Ooze.
I just saw that we did get another donation in from Chrissy Mack. Love this game. Keep kicking butt, Dev.
Aw, thanks,
As for
Chrissy.
my donation incentive, I really want to suplex that train, so please put it towards that. Yes, I also want to suplex the train, so please,
Yes.
that is an incentive. Please also donate towards that, but also donate towards getting that Marin Link sprite for Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, I absolutely have to suplex the train every time I play Final Fantasy, so definitely that's where you can send it if anyone donates. Lots of other incentives, too. I think, what is it, exclamation incentives, and people can take a look?
Yep, so you can just do exclamation mark incentives to see those incentives. We got a bunch of prizes, too. Awesome. And if you're just looking to donate, just in chat, !donate, and you'll get that nice, delicious link to click on. Go donate.
So we've just run into the most useless enemy in the game. This one chasing after me with the spikes, trying to poke me in the behind because they just stop. Like, why would you stop there? You're just chasing after you with the spikes and just stops when you get to the end. It's like, well...
Oh my god, is this guy for real?
Can't believe you did that.
That might be the best trap I've ever seen in an arcade game.
It's just one dude with spike. He's getting paid to do that.
I mean, you know, it's the butt of crime, but someone has to do it. So you can actually push the camera a little bit when you're falling into this pit. The enemies can walk on the bottom, but you can't. So you kind of have to swim for a little bit to get them down. With this as well, yeah, I feel like, you know, you should be able to stand up a little higher, but you can't. Alright, good, we got that putty early, because if not, we'd have to wait for it. Plus, we gotta break this door down. So there we go. So these are on a timer of about 3.5 seconds. But we're going to be damage boosting through them just so we can get through with our iframes. I can't believe I get to use terms like iframes. So this next section, there's going to be water that's going to be rising and lowering, and for some reason, as of like the last 5 to 10 runs, I've always been hit by the first putty you're going to see on the screen. We'll see if I get hit again. Yep. Called it. I don't know why, I just always seem to... I used to never get hit by them, and now I just absolutely get taken out every single time. There are a couple beginner traps in this area as well for those who don't really know the routing for it, but if you go up sometimes, maybe you can't get down, you gotta wait for the water to go by again. But, I mean, for the most part, we're gonna be able to get through most of this, hopefully fast enough, and... oh. Okay, there we go. So, we can actually knock enemies off the edges on certain sides of the screen, like there, you can. The sewer, again, is a little bit of a twisty map and is a very big beginner trap for a lot of new players. So, you gotta, once you figure out the pathing, it's pretty easy. It's usually down, top, and then, yeah, you're at the end of the sewers. Pretty easy to remember. Just stay low, then go to the top, then go down, then go to the top again. Don't quote me on that. I actually, it's all muscle memory for me. So we've reached the next boss, which is Eye Guy. This guy has about 4 or 5 different attack patterns that he can go through, and when he's shooting eyes like that, it's easy enough. He'll jump at you like that. Again, wow. And sometimes he'll just walk, which does no damage to you for no reason whatsoever. He can shoot lasers out of his big eye. And we didn't actually get to see that, which is nice. So with... oh, wow.
That is a little bit of nightmare.
So, you need to hit the single floating eye about, I think it's 11 or 12 times, and then you can bomb it for an instant kill, but again, his positioning also depends on where he wants to go. So, again, this comes down to that boss RNG I was telling you about earlier. It's absolutely random where the bosses are going to be, how they're going to attack, and that's one of the biggest drawbacks in some of these fights, especially, again, Area 6 and 7, that's going to be the biggest one. So now we're going into Stage 4, which is, honestly, in my opinion, the best music in the game. It's also the shin kick level, because Zach has some of the best shin kicks in the game. So these light green putties, they're one hit, but these guys here, this is all we're going to be doing for the next about 7-8 minutes. So get ready for a lot of shins to get kicked. People thrown, grouped up, and shins kicked. And that's how you do Stage 4, in all honesty. Except when you get hit like that. That's not part of it. So Zach is probably my most favorite ranger of all. He's from the original show. He's always had that. I forget what it's called. The dancing style of martial arts. Someone would probably know. It's slipping my mind at the moment, but he's always had that little bit of a fight style from the original show, and they kind of bring it in if you do the regular hit combo. I feel like, you know what, I'll show it off if I can. Okay, maybe not on the green guys. Okay, guy, I need you to stop. Like I said, green guys can be some of the most hazardous enemies in the game. So he's got a wide variety of different maneuvers. And you'd think because he kicks out like that, you'd hit more enemies. No. It only goes one way. Capoeira. Yes, thank you, chat. You guys are the smart ones. I'm not. So, again, back to kicking shins and taking names. One thing I'm not really doing right now is trying to stack people up, which, again, is absolutely the best thing to do for a lot of these enemy types. Greens, you're better off trying to just individually break their shins with your foot, but everyone else, they don't usually move back as much as they do, so as long as you can get them, that's great. These slightly pinkish red guys, they throw daggers from a distance, so you want to try to get them together. They'll work out. So this, one thing I've actually noticed just in my last few runs, and I've been playing this for a while, is that enemies will spawn at certain ways. And so we want to throw this guy over here, but we actually want to do our combo. And, okay. So that first green guy became a problem, as usual. You know, like I said, you're going to run into green guys being the absolute problem if you try this. Boogie. Yeah. So, this is our auto-scroller in the game. There isn't a good speed run if you don't have an auto-scroller, so this one, we're just dodging electrical currents, some spinny electric wheels, and robots that shoot fireballs at us. Other than that, we go into the parkour section after. I call it parkour because it's literally just trying to jump around throughout the most part. The big spinnies. Dodge. Duck. You can attack the enemies. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, since we're in this, just dodging, ducking, just
yeah,
plugging in again that, you know, we are donating all proceeds to the Children's Hospitals, the Alberta Children's Hospital Foundation. We are also $235 away from our goal of $3,000 USD, so please donate.
Yes, donate today.
Or Swole Rangers will
Donate for the swole.
The more you donate, the more swoller they get. So, again, another way to get rid of enemies when there's a pit on the screen is just drop them in. If you can drop enemies into the pit, you're set. Coming up, there's going to be an enemy which is very different from most of the enemies in the game, and there's a way to beat him. But you don't want to die because you need to use your bomb for the level. And I've done it, I don't know how many times preparing for this marathon, but I absolutely was having trouble making sure that I was able to use my bomb properly. Because I'd use it, I'd kill the guy, and then I'd die. I'd fall into a pit. So here it comes. When the camera stops moving, this guy, he can actually go underneath the floor where you're standing and end up just getting stuck there. He'll stay down there for the entire time. I don't know if that was by design, but I ended up waiting about 3 minutes one day waiting for it to come back. Alright, so this boss, I have been known to get a little close to him, and oh, wow, that's never happened before. If you get too close to him, he'll actually teleport and blink to the other side of the screen, so you kind of have to give him a sec to load in, but you can get him before his attacks because of the axe range.
Is that a rat?
It is a rat genie. I forget his name from the show.
We do have a donation that just came in from Mama Yeti, and the message is directly to you. Play faster, Dev.
Okay. Thank you, Mommy Yeti. Thank you for the donation. I will play fast. So we're back to the Pink Ranger for the final Power Ranger stage, and then we're going to be going into, I think it's Genie? Oh, it probably is Genie. So,
how long have you been running this?
I've been running this for about 6 months. And I'll admit I haven't been, I'm not a consistent runner of the game. I've been really busy. I'm a World of Warcraft player by day. That's one of the things I like to do, but I've been working on this for about 6 months, and outside of that, I really haven't found the next real game that I want to try to speedrun. So I would like to get some suggestions for them. I've been checking out some great streamers on Twitch as well who've been playing like some Super Nintendo games, but I have to make sure that I can get the carts available from my local store as well. So for this, the reason we picked the Pink Ranger is because, again, there's going to be a lot of one-hit enemies that are going to be spawning throughout these levels. And we're going to need Herbotus to help get them from a distance so we don't have to walk back and forth across the screen, so we can save our frames a little bit. So, ideally, all these stages are just generic, like, level stages when it comes to the show, and they just took boss characters from the show as well. So, they kind of did that, but the levels have no real significance out of it all, so there's, like, no actual, like, cave stage like we're in right now, and I don't think there's really much of a high-rise, maybe in the later renditions of the show, but at least in the early season, it was all in Angel Grove, at Angel Grove High. 5 teenagers with attitudes.
We do have another donation that came in from Dragon Bell. Go,
Hey.
Dev, go!
Hey! Thank you, Dragon Bell.
For those that have donated, if you do have an incentive, and you're in chat, and you do have an incentive that you want these donations to go towards, please let or chat know which one you need to. We do have the incentive still coming up for The Legend of Zelda, where we are still at $75.80. Our goal is $200 to play as Marin and Link's Awakening Sprite. We also have another incentive upcoming for Neotopia. Upgrade the run to 100%. Actually, it's at $74.80. The goal is so please donate.
I forgot to mention, Dragon Bell is a long-lost cousin of mine, so we always tell everyone that we're long-lost cousins. So, big thank you again, Dragon Bell, for that donation as well. So, I guess, the way I can kind of describe this game is that it is a beat-em-up game. It's something where you're just going to, you can probably get through a casual run in about maybe less than an hour, which is pretty good. I definitely recommend it for people who are looking maybe to try speedrunning for the first time, who might not be used to the concept or have never speedrun before, because, again, the most RNG you're going to deal with is boss RNG. And levels are all the same. Once you figure out where the enemies are going to be coming from, you'll find that you're not going to have as much of a problem with the game. So I definitely recommend those who are maybe looking to speedrun one day to, give it a shot. It's a pretty easy game to pick up. And just kind of get yourself... have fun with it. There's lots of different ways. In any percent, you can use any ranger that you want. Yeah, cuz... So, as I said, there are some real annoying enemies, especially these green ones. Like, there's so many of them. Why do there have to be so many of them? And the problem is, a lot of times when you hit them with weapons, they'll actually jump back and try to get out of the hit range, which, you know, makes sense. Dagger throwers are one of the few that will actually back up on their own just to keep distance so they can get their attacks off on you. Outside of that, any other questions about a Power Ranger's physique that we'd like to touch on again? Because I definitely think, one, they all have the same, they like wear the same suit. I think one of the theories we actually had in setup was that they're all the same person. I think someone mentioned that they were all the same person, so that's still out there too.
Disorder.
So, I've been talking about the music in the game. This game is full of banger tracks, but the best sound effect in the game is coming up. And, oh, what's that alarm? Where's that coming from? Oh! We get a high-pitched screaming laser beam at us, which can do a lot of damage to us if we get hit by it, but we're not going to get hit. We're too good for that. So you do one combo on it, and then you bomb it, and you get rid of the laser beam. So we are...
One question.
Sure.
You did mention that you could, for the any percent, just play whatever ranger you want. Is just because it doesn't matter?
Well, you can play through the game because you get all 5 rangers as a choosable character to play through. But the reason we go with the Pink Ranger mostly is because she's got the best range with her bow attack. So you can actually hit enemies from a lot further than you can. Oh my goodness. So that's why we usually take the Pink Ranger mostly, because especially on bosses like this, you got to try to keep him at a distance. This guy, the trick to him is you want to keep him, you want to stay in the left corner as much as possible. You don't really want to leave your corner too much. But after this, we're going to be coming into the 2 biggest RNG factors in the entire game. I mean, you could shoot people with the bow, but the arrow is actually extremely weak. So just smacking it with the bow is your best. Forget sharp edge blades or anything like that. Just hit them with a blunt bow. It's fine.
That's what bows are designed for.
I mean, those level 1 bows that you get at the beginning of RPGs, forget trying to shoot them with arrows. Just beat them over the head with it. I mean, how awesome would Skyrim be if all you did was take a bow and beat someone over the head with it? You got the Power Rangers game then. I would be down to play that style of Skyrim.
And mods can make anything.
Turn all swords into bows. Alright, so this is the first of the Megazord stages. This first boss, I don't really remember what his name is. I don't know anything about him. He just looks... He looked pretty badass when I was a kid, though. I was so happy just to, like, put in the password and replay this stage just because of how he looked. So ideally you just want to just kind of keep doing these dodge slashes, where if you do, like, an up attack with it as well, you press up, you do, like, a high swing, which does an absolute boss amount of damage, but you don't really need that for this guy. So, that's the Area 6. A lot faster than the rest of the areas in the game. Area 7 is broken into 2 parts, and you'll see why. Excuse me. I haven't talked this lot in a while. So, this last boss is Cyclopsis. This is the last stage of the game. He's also known in our community as Cybloxis, because he just blocked 3 straight attacks. 4 out of 5. If you can count the blocks, I'm at 6 now. 7. But this guy is renowned for blocking. Especially when we go into phase 2. 8. Like, getting this many blocks is pretty much a run killer at this point. I'm at 11 now. I think I counted that. Alright, so we got the first phase down, but... Oh! Cyclopsis says, no way, I'm not I'm not done with you yet. Get back here. So now he turns into Super Cybloxis, because he's going to block everything now, and he can fly. So, again, the big thing is you can combo and try to get 2 big up swipes by jumping into the boss. And with that as well, he's just gone crazy blocking me, so... We are getting ready for the end. When he runs out of health, we'll be calling time. And if he stops blocking. And time. And that's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on Super Nintendo. Sorry for a lot of the rambling and the incoherency. This is the first time I've actually run anything in a marathon setting, and I gotta give a big shout out to Slurpy and the crew for letting me put this in and accepting it into the marathon. What was the time on that?
So, from what I see, it is 34.
Oh, well, 34 is pretty good. I know I did make a lot of early mistakes, and we actually had some pretty good boss RNG for that. As you can see, after defeating all 7 levels of the game, the teens are driving on their way to the high school cafe where they always hang out. And, yeah, so that's about it for me. I appreciate, again, everyone for letting me run this game. Hopefully I can work on another game, and maybe for Slurpathon 8 you'll have me back again. Thank you again to everyone. Thank you, Aki, for hosting for me as well. So, that's it. You can take it away.
Yeah, thank you for the run. No, this is super awesome. I'm surprised I never played this game when I was a kid.
It's a lot of fun.
People have seen this before. You do have a sort of a last donation to end your run from Dragon Bell again. Oops, forgot to say, hey, cuz Dev. Good way to end your run off.
Thanks, cousin. Thank you for the donations. Hopefully you can hit that goal. We're so close. Let's do it, guys and gals.
Yeah, we currently are at $175 USD remaining. Again, we do have a couple of incentives still left. You've got $135.80 out of $200 for The Legend of Zelda, where you get to play as Marin Link's Awakening sprite. We're so close. Please donate. Just throw a couple, $65. It's totally fine. And we also have the next incentive, which is Neotopia, where you get to upgrade the run up to 100%. Please also donate towards that as well. All proceeds do go towards the Alberta Children's Hospital Foundation. Save the kids. We want to have all this money for the hospital so that they can do the best that they can for our kids. The kids are our future. And we will be back for the next run. Thank you so much again.